So I welcome you if you are already here for the meeting on how to upload globe data to the globe database. My name is Vara Semerakova. I work for the Globe Program Office for Europe and Eurasia. And together with Lenka Kleger, who you may know from emails, we prepared this webinar. So I'm talking to you from Prague, Czech Republic, and it's 4 o'clock. And what we do is we coordinate the coordinators of the GLOBE program in countries in the Europe and Eurasia region. Here in blue, you can see what countries are under our office, but we will not talk about that today. So what is the aim of our webinar? I want to show some examples of graphs that you can get from the visualization system. Then we will go through the data entry, which is the main purpose of the webinar. We can also solve some troubles that you have with that data entry. And if you are not trained, I will also tell you what you can do to be trained, to become trained. So this is the first example. That's what you can get from the visualization system. This is a school from, or the environmental station from Ukraine. This is a part of our campaign. And as you can see in the visualization system, if you see the detail of the school, you can see the graph of the color of the leaf, which is the thing that you observe in the autumn on your trees. So this is one example. You can print out, you can make a zoom to this, and you can get the graph like full size, and you can print it out, you can save it, you can download it and use it later on, for example, with your class. And here you can see how the color is changing from the end of August till the end of September. The time, the axis X is the time, and the leaf color is in the graph. And down there you have the name of the station. For some of you who might not be that familiar with the globe visualization tool, I just want to show how you will actually get to this visualization tool. So obviously, you can get there through the Globe website. Okay, I will stop sharing this and I will share something else. Okay. I will share. So on the homepage of the Globe program that you can see now, the visualization tool, the easiest way how to enter it is through this blue button visualization tool. That's the fastest way. It will open in another tab. Now we go back to the presentation. And there are also other ways how to get there. If you are at your school page and you scroll down, there you have the list of your school data sites like this. And if you click on any of these sites, it will take you directly to the visualization system, and it will take you to the detail of your school. So this is good if you want to see your own data, if you want to create graphs from your own data. The same you can do through the other list which you have on your school site, which is the list of most recent measurements. So if you want to see the measurements which you've done this year, you can also go through this. Another way how you can get fast to Globe visualization tool is through our campaign page, which I'm sure you know. And here you click on our measurements in the left menu, and it will take you directly to the visualization tool. And here you can see already what you can do in the visualization tool. You can filter the data of green up or green down according to the 3 species. You can see the names of the species and then you can click on them. This is the detail of the visualization tool. So on the left side, you will have the menu with the layers and with the filters. And on the right side, you will have the map, and there you can see the details of the school. There we have a detail of another school from Nysa from Poland, and their observations of beech tree from year 2017. So I showed you very briefly what you can, the best thing that you can do in the visualization tool. You can also download the data in a spreadsheet, in a table that you can analyze after that in Excel or any similar software where you can do data analysis. If you want to learn more how to do these graphs and how to download the data, how to filter it, how to visualize it, you use the Globe video guide, because this webinar is not really about the visualization. I just wanted to motivate you to show you that if schools enter data, then we can also download some nice data. So first it needs to be in the database so that we can download these beautiful graphs. So again, if you want to learn more, you just go there, you try it out. Anybody can do it, even your students can do that. It's not limited, anyone can do that. And now let's go to the topic number 2, which is the data entry. First, I want to say, if you are practicing data entry with your students or yourself, if you want to just practice, please do it through the training data entry. Don't do it through the regular data entry, because then once you put the data into database and then you don't delete it, and perhaps you would have some data which are not correct. So how you will get to the training data entry, you go to the main page, to data entry, and then you select training data entry. It's exactly the same, it looks the same, but the data will not be entered to the database. So this way you don't need to be afraid that something which is not correct will be entered. In training data entry, you can even enter some false data. And then if you already know how to do that and you don't need to practice, you want to enter real data that you measured with your students in the garden or in the street of where you have your trees, then you go through the data entry, the real one. So how you get there? Again, through the home page, there is this big button, data entry, so you can get there like this, or you can use this shortcut. When you are sign in, you click on this go to next to your name, and then you have the enter data there. You always need to be signed in if you want to enter data. So if you have some troubles with your account, if you cannot log in, please contact your country coordinator or contact me and we can solve it out. So once you are in your data entry, it will look like this. You will see like no pictures, nothing. It will be just written there, my organization and sites. My organization, it means a school. Organization, it's the name that Globe uses for schools. So my school, or your school, would be here in this red circle. My school is named Teresa because I work for the Teresa Education Center. And as you can see, I already have a Phenology site there, which is called Phenology 2018. If you see your school name and you don't see any sites, but you're sure that you already have a site, then you click on that little plus. I have minus there now, but if you click on that plus, it will unfold and you will see all of that. So if you are there, then you see the sites, and then you just can click on this new observation under this green up, green down, and you can start entering data. But perhaps you are a school or you're a teacher who doesn't even have this study site. You just see the school and you don't see anything below that, any phenology, any hydrology, anything. So then you first need to create a data site. And now why and how we do that? Well, I just want to say it's not difficult. And it's something that we should do, because if you don't have a site, then nobody knows where you do the observations. And if it's not located, then it will not get visualized on the map, and it will not get connected with your school. So that's why we create a site, and we need to give the coordinates, the GPS coordinates for the site. So that's we need to do. And we also need to say what species of tree we have there that we observe, so that it's clear also for other people. If they want to compare, for example, birch tree to birch tree in another country, they need to know that it's you who measured birch tree. So how we do that? Again, we are at the same data entry, and then on the right side of your school name, you have you have a small icon with a pencil where, or perhaps there is no pencil, but there is an icon where you can see create new site or add site. It's an add site. I'm a little bit confused because I can see it here. Yeah, it's here, add site. And once you click on it, it will bring you to this. It's called site definition. Here you see that what is required. It's always with this red asterisk, you know, what is red star. So although perhaps there will be some more fields to fill in, you can just go first, you can just fill in these with the asterisks. So site name, okay, you can call it any name. You can call it that it's school garden number 1, for example, any name. And then how you set the coordinates. The easiest way is to go to the map and to move and zoom the map as long as you will be sure that that red red mark on the map is exactly at the place where your site is. For example, near your school or in that street. So it's just about moving the map and zooming into the map. So it's quite okay. Or if you have the coordinates, you can also enter them there, but make sure that you use the dot, not the comma, if you are entering the numbers. And then the elevation, you click on that blue set elevation, and it will automatically fill in the elevation from the map. Or you can write it there as well if you know what is the elevation. So that's the first step. And then you need to select on the left menu, you have the add site type. So if you're creating the site with trees for green up or green down, you need to click on this greening, which is, you see it on that red circle on the left. And once you do that, more fields will pop up. You will see more fields on the screen. And this is in that big red circle. So here, now you can fill in your plants, your trees. So vegetation type, if it's trees, you select trees, and then you have to enter the Latin names. So first you fill in the Latin name of the genus, and then the species name. So I think this is quite easy if you know the Latin name of the tree, which you should, to do that, because it's like a universal language for the whole world, the Latin names of trees. Because in your language, you call the tree some specific name, and not everybody knows that. And then you should also put some name for the tree. So here you can name it either in English or in your own language. It depends if you want to have it, it's lime tree 1 or it's lipa 1 or any other language, linden 1, any other language you want to use. If you have only one tree, this is enough that you need to do. And you just don't forget to click on this blue button, create site. Because if you click on that, it will create a site. If you have more trees on that same place, like in the school garden, you can, before you create the site completely, you just click on that add plant, the green button that you see on the left, and it will give you the option to fill in the details for another tree. It can be the same species or different species, it's up to you. You will get either this green successful sign, or you will get the red one that something was missing. If something was missing, that you can again scroll down and fill in the proper, the correct correct fields that should be filled in. Okay, so we have the site. And now how to enter the data. So now we have the site. My site is called Phenology. So I have the site Phenology, and under that site, I have greening. Greening is the name for phenology or for green up, green down. They call it greening. So just don't get confused that sometimes it's called greening. So there you click on new observation. As I said, for all this, you need to be signed in if you want to do this. So once you click on this new observation, again, you will first see this, what is on the left, just the date. So you will fill in the date of your observation, let's say today. And after you fill the date, you will see more things to pop up. So you select green down if it's in autumn, or green up if it's in spring. And then you also select the number of cycles of the growing season cycle. For Europe, we have only one growing season cycle, one spring, right? One summer. The vegetation turns green only once a year. So usually for European countries, you just put one, unless you are from some very, very southern country that has perhaps two vegetation seasons. But I think all the countries I know about, they have just one. And then you see your plants, which means your trees, and the leaves. So for each leaf of each tree, you can fill in the stage of your leaf, if it's the color, or if it's fallen, or if it's snow covered. If there is a color change, which means the most of the observations in autumn, you actually identify the color. So most common will be that you fill in the color change. And once you do that, you will also get one more field on the right from that, where you type the code of the color. I showed you in the beginning. Okay, I will come back. And here, this is the global plant color chart on the right, and you see the codes of the colors. So that's how we can communicate with each other to know what colors our leaf has, because sometimes the perception of colors, if you say yellow, not everybody knows if this is yellow or this is already orange. Sometimes the perception changes. So that's why we have these codes. These codes are widely used also for graphic designers, or if people buy paints to paint their house. So it's nothing like unique for globe. It's simply the how to define a color. So now I will go back. And that's it. You enter the color codes for each leaf that you observe. And then you should not forget to click on send data. It's down again, the blue button. And this is how you upload data. perhaps you would have a question, if you have on your site, you have 5 trees, because in spring you observe 5 trees, but in autumn, perhaps you have less students and you observe only 1 tree. So this is possible. You don't need to change anything about your site. When you go to data entry, you will still see the site, all the trees, all your 5 trees from spring, but you don't need to fill in all the leaves. You can just fill in the leaves for the tree that you observe currently. For example, for your birch, you don't need to fill in all of them. So even if you leave some of the fields empty, it doesn't matter. You click on send data and it will get sent. So this you should see after you send the data. And what you can do now, you can either send the data for another day, for another date. So again, you go to create a new observation, and again, you enter the data for the leaves for the next day. Or you can view your past observations, and there you can either correct it if there was some mistake, or you can delete it if there was something which was completely wrong. So this is what you see, what I showed you, and how now you can see your past observations. I already showed you earlier how you can see the data in the visualization system, but that's different because here I want to show you how you see your observations in this data entry system where you can correct it actually. In the visualization system, you cannot correct any data. This is just to show the data. Here you can correct it. So as I said, you can click on this view observations and you will get the list of the dates, as you can see in the center here. And if you click on any of these dates, you will again get the form back and you can retype any of the observations. And then again, click on send data or update or something like this is there. If you want to delete it, then on the right side, you have the delete button, the red one. You can also delete the observation. So that's all for the data entry. As you can see, it's not that difficult. It's just that perhaps if you practice it once or twice, it would be more easier for you. If you're lost here, and if you want to go back to your to that show you where to this page, to your data entry home, we call this data entry home, where you can see your school and all the sites and observations, all the options here, or create new site or something like that. You can always get it from any step like this. On the left side, left upper side, you always have this data entry home. So if you click on that, it will take you back there. So anytime you're lost somewhere, you can click on that. And if you want to practice more, you can also check these global video guides, because there you have step-by-step, very similar way as I showed you. You have described there what to do, how to do it, why to do it. It's more detailed than I did it. So you can find that on the Globe website under Get Trained and using the Globe website. And there you have specific guides, video guides for entering data, or for setting data aside, or for visualization tool. Okay, and now I would like to just mention a few things. Sometimes it can tell you that you don't have permission to enter the data. This can happen because some people, some teachers, they are not marked in the system as trained. If you want to enter data, you need to be trained. You need to know how to do that, how to observe the tree and the leaf and the color and all this. So if the system tells you that you don't have the permission to enter data, but you know that you've been trained, that you know how to do that. Please ask your country coordinator and tell him that you have this problem. He needs to update your account. He needs to click there that you've been trained. If it's not done online in this system, then the system will not allow you to enter data. I think this might be the very common problem. Then perhaps it says you that you have no permission because you actually never went through any formal training. So what you can do to get yourself trained so that you are officially trained. So either you can again contact country coordinator and ask if they have any training soon so that you can attend the training in their country and your language. Or you can do the e-training. This e-training is for everybody, for anybody from Globe, from any country. The e-trainings are in English, but anybody can do that. You can go to the Globe website on this link, the Get Trained and Protocol e-training. And here you need to be signed in to your account. And here you can download the Green Up, Green Down e-training. It's a PowerPoint presentation. You can go through it, read it, learn from it, and then you do the assessment test. If you have never been trained in any other activity of Globe program, then the system will also require that you do also the e-training of introduction to Globe, or perhaps even the introduction to the biosphere. So don't be just surprised if this happens. Their requirements are described on the website. So I also recommend you to first read the requirements before you start to do the e-training. If you have any questions, any doubts, if something does not work, you can always contact me or contact your country coordinator, what is easier for you. So this is the contact. So it's my name, bara.semerakova@teresanet.cz. Or you can always email to Lenka and she will forward that request to me because she is more in contact with you. So thank you so much. I will now stop the sharing the screen. I will see if there are any questions. And that's all from my side.
Hi, I'm Lenka, and I want to thank you very much for the detailed explanation. And also I want to confirm that if you have any question, you can write to me. You all have my contact, so I will be happy to help you. Thank you, Vara.
Thank you. So Lenka was with us today as well. So as I said in the beginning, for people who missed the beginning, the presentation that I showed will be available and also recording of this webinar. So please feel free to share it with your colleagues. And I also strongly advise you that you teach how to enter the data your students, because sometimes they are faster with the website and with all these tools, the online tools, they're faster than we are, and they would enjoy it so much. So they can also explore the visualization tool and how to work with that, and yeah, you can give them some more opportunities how to learn. And one more thing, if you have troubles with English, if you're not that comfortable with because the website is in English, right? You please open it in Google Chrome. Perhaps you use the Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox and any of these browsers. But if you open it in Google Chrome, and then you go to GlobeGov and you click with the right button of your mouse, there is an option translate, and you can translate completely the page to your language. I'm quite sure that you already know this option, and you can use that. So it will be much easier for you perhaps to navigate on the website if you're not that comfortable with English. So this can help as well.